For today's good question, Robert asks, is it illegal to drive while holding pets in your lap? Well, it's not technically illegal in Kentucky, but that doesn't mean it's a good idea. There are two states in the U.S., New Jersey and Hawaii, that have laws specifically mentioning driving with pets. But you could still be ticketed in Kentucky under distracted driving laws. NHTSA defines distracted driving as any non-driving activity a person engages in that has the potential to distract him or her from the primary task of driving and increase the risk of crashing. And Kentucky's driving laws say that drivers, quote, shall operate the vehicle in a careful manner with regard for the safety and convenience of pedestrians and other vehicles upon the highway. It's also just not safe for the animals. If you get into an accident, that pet could be thrown across the vehicle. The American Humane Society says you should restrain, contain, or crate your pets inside of your vehicle prior to your trip. If you have a good question, you can email goodquestion@wkyt.com. I'll see you on WKYT Mornings.